The Saudi Arabian Cooperative Insurance Market, the Premier League of Islamic insurance. At the time this article was originally written, the English Football Premier League was nearing the end of the 2011-2012 season. In one of the most exciting seasons of recent years, there remains everything to play for going into the final games. The league champion is still to be determined, as are the teams qualifying for the European tournament and the teams to be relegated. The season has also seen controversy with growing scrutiny of referees' decisions and calls for the introduction of goal line technology. The 2011 and 12 season for the Saudi Arabian cooperative insurance market has been equally eventful. Much like Premier League status in the football world, it is at the forefront of global Islamic insurance. Throughout the season, there has continued to be a focus on the role of the referee, the insurance regulator, the changing rules of the game as new regulations are introduced, and the financial health of the players in the market. The Premier League. The Ernst and Young World Takaful Report 2012 states that Takaful premium increased by 19% in 2010, with global contribution totaling 8.3 billion US dollar. The GCC accounted for 5.6 billion US dollar of this contribution, of which Saudi Arabia cooperative insurance market accounted for 4.3 billion US dollar. The kingdom does have an obvious advantage as a league. In the Islamic insurance world, it is the only market which doesn't also have a conventional insurance market. Since the state monopoly on insurance was ended in 2004, it has been mandatory for insurance companies to operate in accordance with the cooperate model. Although Islamic in nature, there are fundamental distinctions between the cooperative model used in Saudi Arabia and the takaful models used elsewhere in the world insofar as the cooperative model doesn't require a segregation of ownership of policyholder funds from the shareholder funds. Cooperative insurance companies are not required to invest in accordance with the principles of Sharia. Cooperative insurance companies are not required to appoint a Sharia supervisory board. Many companies in the kingdom do nevertheless operate in accordance with the takaful model, particularly in the family takaful sphere. Goal line technology. The rules of the modern game of football were invented by the English Football Association in 1863. However, they have continued to develop in subsequent 150 years, and this season has seen especially vigorous debate about whether to permit goal line technology. Regulatory development have also been a hallmark of the Saudi Arabian market in recent years and have included online insurance activities regulation. The Online Insurance Activities Regulation came into force in December 2011, presenting insurers with a series of regulatory obligations and reporting requirements that must be considered in advance of and on an ongoing basis while transacting online business. Undoubtedly, as online active gain prominence in companies' business models as part of their effort to increase market penetration in more cost-efficient ways, correspondingly, SAMA scrutiny of these activities will only increase. Prior to undertaking business online, cooperative must now submit a business plan to SAMA describing their online operation. Additionally, the regulation set out requirements relating to the outsourcing of online insurance activity, as well as matters concerning customer identification, post-sale services, and complaint handling. Investment regulation. February of this year saw the introduction of the investment regulation, which stipulate requirements as to companies' investment policies, information to be disclosed to SAMA regarding authorities held internally for the purposes of making investment, responsibilities of the company's board and investment committee, as well as procedures for the monitoring and controlling of investment risk. Anti-money laundering and combating terrorism financing rules. Around the same time as the investment regulation, SAMA brought into force the anti-money laundering and combating terrorism financing rules. This set out a requirement obligating cooperatives to comply with certain know your client and due diligence procedures prior to accepting customers' business, including the document to be obtained from each type of customer entity or person, the inquiries that should be made of those customers, as well as listing the type of customer which should be automatically classified as high risk. Thank you.